Rest periods are just another variable in your workout that you can adjust to make your workout either easier or harder depending on your goals and depending on what level of fitness you're at. And some people do better with longer rest periods, some people with shorter rest periods, but it's kind of like load parameters. If your goal is to build strength or muscle or endurance, you're better off kind of going for certain rep ranges, and the same thing goes with rest periods. Well, let's look at it this way. We've got our spectrum. All exercise exists on the spectrum. On one extreme, we have the building strength, pure strength sort of thing. In the middle kind of area, we've got muscle hypertrophy, and on the other end of the extreme, we have very endurance side of thing. And it's worth repeating that all exercise does all three of these things. You're always going to build strength to some degree, build muscle to some degree, build endurance to some degree, no matter what you do. It's just where is the emphasis of your training. Now, with the strength-based, you typically have very heavy loads and low repetitions. Building muscle, moderate loads, moderate repetitions. Endurance, lighter loads, very higher repetitions, respectively. Now with rest periods, you typically have longer rest periods when your goal is building just brute strength. The power lifters, the idea is, they take 5, even sometimes as much as 10 minutes or so of a rest period because you want your nervous system and everything to really recover as much as possible. Sometimes with skill work, this can also be the case as well. With building muscle, it's kind of moderate. Usually I find most people do well between 45 seconds to 90 seconds or so. And then with endurance, very short rest periods, if anything at all, especially when you're doing your strength training, or your circuit training, rather. Now, these are not set in stone, just like load parameters. You may find that you are better off with faster or shorter rest periods, even though you're emphasizing strength, so it might only be a minute or two. Sometimes with endurance, when I'm talking with people, their endurance levels, for whatever reason, they need a good couple of minutes in between each set just because their body's not recovering quite as quickly. So take it into account for what is best for you. But generally, this is kind of what you're shooting for both load and rest period parameters depending on your goals. Questions down below? Be fit, live free.